Does everybody feel more relaxed and free with their lives now?
I feel like good. I feel like we should have been doing this a long time ago.
Hell yeah.
Give me a yo.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
everybody? What's happening? What's
This is
happening?
my
What's
all
happening? What's
talk.
happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not too loud. Special guest in the building today. Blind episode 2 interviews. We're here with Barry's Dead. Give a round of applause for Barry's Dead.
Woo, Barry!
And if you don't know Barry, you're gonna get to know him today. Up and coming artist and producer in the Atlanta area. Definitely enjoy a lot of his music. I would say he's definitely one of the better producers that I've heard. I would say probably in the last few months.
So kind.
Or just honestly in general, that I can reach out and touch. So pause. So we're gonna get started here today.
No, get gay with it. Don't pause. It's okay.
So we're gonna get started here today. Barry, I do like to start with the artist. Just kind of give us an overview of who you think you are, and then we'll kind of get into it.
Like as an artist or as a person?
We'll just start with both. We'll start
Okay.
with as a person, and then we'll get into the artist.
As a person, I'd say I'm pretty all over the place. Well, I guess that's me as an artist too, though. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. I've recently come to the point where I'm not going to try to take myself too seriously at all and just live life more as a joke, kind of.
Okay.
Because I spent like the last 2 years taking everything I did so seriously with my artistry and as a person. And I've recently come to the realization that it's a lot easier if you just, don't take yourself so seriously. Laugh more about everything.
I think that makes life a lot better, just in general, for anybody, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. A lot of people take life too serious, and they look up, and, it's gone, basically.
Definitely, yeah.
But I kind of want to get into a few things here. One was, like, who's Barry's Dead? But, like, who are your influences? I'll tell you who I think you sound like afterwards, but who are your musical influences?
I kind of want to hear who you think I sound like
Okay,
first.
so when I was doing a deep dive into a lot of your music, I definitely get a Griselda. Do you know?
For the producing, yeah.
Yeah.
Love them. Yeah.
Well,
my
even
favorite
from the
people
rap,
rapping right now.
yeah, even from the rapping side, I would say Griselda. Vocal wise, like audio wise, I can hear some Mac Miller in there a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would say definitely Griselda. That was the first thing I thought of when I was.
Oh, well,
listening.
thank you. That's like
For
who
sure.
I'm trying to produce for in the next,
real?
yeah.
Hey man, Griselda, get at us,
That's,
man.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey,
yeah.
y'all need to y'all ear ain't to the streets, man. Y'all.
That's my perfect life. I'm just hanging out, doing my own shit with my own music, and then producing for people like them.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Hey, West Side, what's up, man?
Yeah.
You
Hey, yo.
Yeah, you heard the man.
Hey, yo.
You heard the man. But yeah, definitely. And I would say too, being that I'm such a huge Kanye fan and No ID type, I'm very big into the
definitely,
samples.
yeah.
You're one of the better flippers that I've heard.
Well, thank
like,
you very
ever,
much. Yeah.
Ever, dude. Like, what got you into just wanting to do a lot of samples and that type of
Well,
music?
honestly, it was kind of. So I mean, growing up, I didn't listen to like Kanye or people like that. I mean, like their big songs and shit like that, but I didn't get super into them until basically like right around when I went to college. I was just an angry ass fucking young white kid. Like I loved like Eminem and like angry ass fucking rappers and things like that.
Okay.
But then I kind of mellowed out a little bit, and then the person who taught me how to produce, he was super into sampling, and that he kind of showed me all of his favorite producers, and he's honestly the biggest influence on who I really love now, even though he doesn't even do music anymore. He was just
Who
the
is
guy
that?
who taught. He was my friend Kalen, who
Okay.
I lived with
Shout
for
out to
like
Kalen.
3 years. Yeah, he lives in Nashville now. He's engaged, or he's married now. Never mind, my bad. Yeah, but so once I got into wanting to produce, I'd say my biggest influences. I'm wearing a shirt right now, Jay Dilla, who he's like Kanye's like biggest influence too. You know, I'd say Jay Dilla, Kanye, Madlib.
Shout out to Madlib.
As far as producing, Alchemist, all those. I mean, everyone who's just like really good at sampling and flipping shit, basically. Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely hear that influence too.
Yeah.
I never really thought of Alchemist, but I like Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I definitely like that. What initially got you into making music, or just music in general?
Oh well, I guess. Okay, well, when I was younger, like I said, an angry white kid. Okay, like I said, I loved Eminem. I still love Eminem, but I don't ever ride around listening to his music or anything like that. Like, it doesn't correlate now with my everyday life. But I was so angry. I grew up in a house where I was just fucking angry all the time and shit. So I would straight up just like rap Eminem in the mirror for hours on end. So that's what got me really into wanting to be a rapper. And then the producing really came after I started wanting to rap, because honestly, there's a super funny story. I went to this fucking it was a spring break party, and there was a bunch of people freestyling, and I was drunk as fuck, and I'm not a good freestyler at all. Like, I can rap well when I write it. Like, if I freestyle, it's got to be funny, or else I can't take myself seriously. And honestly, the reason why I started producing was because I was freestyling with them, and they were all way better than me. And I'm doing this every day, and like if I show up to something like that, I can be like, well, I produce too, so that's like my main thing. Yeah, I can do like that. Yeah, so that's why I started wanting to produce. I literally got home, I was like, okay, I need to be making beats too. And then once I started doing that, I like that way more than rapping, honestly, now. I mean, I love like getting my art out and getting my own feelings out, but like the 8 hours a day or whatever I spend producing, that's like my favorite part of every day, definitely.
And I want everybody to hear what he said, 8 hours a day. So, you know,
well, that's not every single day, but like when I say, I mean, every day I'll at least make like 4 or 5 beats or something like that. But a lot of the time, yeah, it's like 8 hour days.
I just wanted to put an emphasis on that. 5 beats a day for 3 summers. I don't know if y'all know who said that.
It's my favorite line.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know who said that, but
that's just a different world, like 3 summers.
If you wanna be in this game, be a creative, and monetize it, and just make your dream a reality, you got to put the work in. It's not gonna just happen. If you're a rapper, you got to go to shows. You got to do the small things. If you're a producer, you got to put the work in, guys. So I just wanted to touch on that, and I'm glad to hear.
Oh,
that,
yeah, definitely, of
somebody
course.
say that. You don't hear that too much, especially in Atlanta. Who would you say you would want to work with? We'll start with rapping and then go to producing. But once you do start to pick up steam, who would you say you would want to work with on both sides of the boards?
Okay, so producing for, like I said, anybody who's just rapping. Like, honestly, like people like Griselda, Freddie Gibbs, people like that. Anyone in that lane. And then I can also do, like, weirder shit, too. Like, people who have Kid Cudi influences. I would want to get into that world. And basically, honestly, I'd love to produce, like, all over the place. Like, something like Pharrell. Not that I can compare myself to him, because he's, like, one of the best ever. But, like, you make, like, pop beats and shit like that. Like, just be all over the place with producing. But at the basis of it, just, like, grimy rappers and things like that. But as far as people to myself like record with and be on songs, just weird people, I guess, honestly.
Weird people?
Yeah, because I don't see, honestly, I mean, like I said, I know who I am. I don't take myself too seriously. I don't consider myself being able to like rap on a song with Griselda, though I could produce for him. But
okay,
I would like to just get like just, I don't know, just weird people. Like,
man, you just got to put yourself in the rooms, man.
Yeah. Just weird people, off the wall people.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of music that I'm going to get into. Like, recently, once I get this camera, I'm going to start every music video I do. Like, every song is going to basically be a music video. It's going to be very comedic. And, I mean, I don't want to get too much into what I'm going to be doing with that. But,
this is the time, bro. This is the time. Let the people know what they should expect.
I just basically want to kind of rework the way that I release music. Like, focus on the music, of course, itself, but I mean, I'm obsessed with stand-up comedy, and that's why I said I learned to not take myself too seriously and just start doing off-the-wall shit. I spent so much time being scared of the world and everything, and just like anxiety of just all the fucking time, that I'm past it now, and I want to just get to a point where I can just do the weirdest shit ever. Honestly, shock value shit. Like, honestly, everyone in this world who, like, blows up off of, like, single things, I'm not trying to do that specifically, but, like, in a whole artistic way, like, shock value. So, like, I'm going to be writing, directing, producing. The whole song is going to be me, and then all the skits are going to be written, directed by me. It's just going to be weird stuff. I don't know how to describe it besides that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and
yeah.
I just want to ask a question, because you said you basically reached that point because you had a realization saying that you were scared to some extent for some reason.
Yeah.
Could you touch on why you felt scared, if you know?
Like, from a psychologist or psychiatrist point of view?
Whichever one. Whichever one, because I think it'll be important to help.
Not out of it entirely. Like, I'm doing this month of sobriety because I want to start making more. I don't want to sound corny and say like making more moves and things like that, but just working harder. You know?
I feel that.
And focus on not like I've never had a problem making music. It's releasing it in the right way and knowing how I want to release it.
Yeah. And
focus on that and like getting it to people so they can actually hear it. But I don't know, man. I mean, I've spent my whole life just, I mean, like I said, I grew up in a house where you were always fucking getting screamed at nonstop. And then, I don't know, just like fear of how everyone's going to interpret my art and what I do. And that shouldn't really fucking matter at all. It should be all about what I want it to be.
Right.
Like, I make the shit for myself. I do it because it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I have feelings that I need to get out. And shit, I'm not over it. Yesterday, I was in a fucking pit again yesterday. But today I woke up, worked out, started feeling better. Been making music since. And it's been, I mean, every day, it's going to be different every day. Like
I feel that.
Yeah.
And it just made you reconstruct basically your approach in all aspects on how you're going to approach your audience.
Exactly,
your approach on how you're going to go into the
1,000%. And especially because, I mean, like, literally, we could just, like, die tomorrow and, like, no one will... I've done the work as far as, like, making music. I mean, there's still so much more to go and everywhere else to be. But, like, as far as being the creative artist I want to be, I'm nowhere close to that yet.
I feel that.
So, in every aspect, I feel like I can do so much more, and I need to do more.
Yeah.
And I will do more now. Yeah.
You kind of just touched base as well on how things were inside of your home when you were a kid. How would you explain how you were as a kid? Like, what type of kid were you in school or with your friends? How would you explain yourself in that way?
Oh man, I really don't remember much of my childhood, honestly. Listen, everything. I'm not like complaining about how I grew up. Like, I'm cool with everyone now. It was just like a fucking stressful environment, and like I said, I loved Eminem. I was his target audience, a fucking white kid from the suburbs with a stepdad that was angry as fuck all the time, you know? So that was just, I was right on brand with who he wanted to reach out to.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to describe myself as a kid.
Were you a good kid in school, or were you a piece of shit? Because I was a fucking piece of shit in school.
I was always good to the point where, like, I wasn't really mean to people most of the time ever, but I mean, I would be drunk at school on like Tuesday and constantly. I mean, I got in trouble a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I was always
that's
fucked
more
up.
so what I was asking. Not even.
Yeah, I started drinking heavily at like 13, 14.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hey, it's carried on up until like this moment. Like, I'm trying to do a month of sobriety right now.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. And if it goes really well, then I didn't drink for like 3 months at one point. And then I'm just someone who once I start doing something, I'll do it in excess, like nonstop. Like, I started taking a little bit of Xanax every night like a month ago, and then I did it every night for like 3 months. And then I think that might be why I was in that pit that I was in a couple weeks ago, is because I stopped and I was experiencing some sort of slight withdrawal from it. And I was like, this is fucking dumb. Like, I don't need to be doing this.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I need to be doing things for myself that can help me.
That speaks to a lot of other, I'll just say musicians that think doing pills and stuff. Because we've all done that. We've all been there too.
Yeah.
But why they think it's cool, and then when they realize that it's not that cool, and they're trying to get off of it and everything. So that kind of speaks to them and to whoever's going through that right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You can definitely show that there's another side to it.
1,000%. I mean, like I've been drinking heavily for like over 10 years now, and am I where I want to be? No. So I mean, if you keep doing the same thing,
you'll never get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? It's stupidity. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pull the quote out my ass. But yeah, basically change your ways if you're not where you want to be in life. Right. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I kind of like where you took that, because like I said, there's a major I would say audience, I guess, out there that needs to hear that message. But just going back to you were saying, just being worried about how you were presenting your art to others. Really, it's your art, bro. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. I feel like I remember kind of what me and Brad were talking about the other day. Basically, like, fuck everybody is how I really feel about it now. Like, I mean, I love my friends and everything, and anyone who wants to support me can. But like I said, in the end of the day, I don't do this for any of them. I'm never going to do it for any of them. The whole Atlanta scene isn't really, for the most part, the type of music I make in general. I have a lot of friends around here, and I love all of them, but I don't need to be worried about me releasing my music to them because they're not really my target audience. I would rather have a group of like the weirdest fucking nerdiest fans that come out and actually like love my shit than try to be worried about being cool and how I present myself to the world in a sense of being cool. I'd rather be fucking funny, be able to make fun of myself, and let the music speak for itself where like I am good at certain aspects of it, you know? Yeah.
So that'll be a cool thing to fucking kind of touch base on right now. Who would you say your target audience is? Because I kind of go through that same thing, thinking like my friends or peers that are artists, I might think they're supposed to fuck with my shit in some type of certain way, but they might not be my target audience for that piece of art.
1000%. No, it's like you can get along with other artists really well because everyone's like kind of doing the same thing, not in the type of music but they're doing, but y'all are living in similar lifestyles.
Right.
So that's why you can relate to them. But they might not be the people that you make the music for. Like I have no idea who my target audience would be. Hopefully, I don't really know, honestly.
Okay, I will say, from listening to your music, you have a wide. Honestly, both of you, but you specifically, you have a wide range of who your audience could be.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna get into this in the interview too, but fans might not get into your music simply because of your music. They might get into your music because they saw an interview of you and they just like how you are as a person.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
They just like your goofiness or something like that, and then they
there's a bunch of people who I like
warm up to the music
more so because of like how I've seen them like act in an interview or something like that, and I go, you know what, I might not love their music, but I fuck with them and I'll listen to their shit because of that, and it does open the door to it and opens you to a type of music where you might not normally listen to.
Because what I wanted to say is, outside of your beats, what I really liked is that you put a lot of snippets in your songs, and like
vocal chops of things from shows and things like that.
Not necessarily like interludes, but just like like I was hearing a lot of stuff, and it would make me laugh. Yeah, and it's like, well, even if I don't like the song, which there wasn't too many that I didn't like, honestly, but even if I don't like the song, I like that snippet. That was funny. That right there will catch someone's attention, even if they don't like this. They don't even know what a sample is, or even if they don't know what you're saying. I mean,
people have been doing that forever, but my biggest influence on that is definitely MF Doom.
Okay, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. to MF Doom for real.
But and something about him that I know he just died recently, but he was such a big representation of letting art speak for itself and not presenting like in the day and age we're in, how everyone, like, you have to present yourself as more of a sense of currency than as like an artist who creates a piece of art. Like a painter fucking can just create a painting and that's the art. He doesn't have to do anything else. I mean, it helps if you do and you're eccentric and fucking weird and all that, but that's what he's focused on, is that, or he or she. Yeah. And boom, that's the art. It's on the wall over there. And obviously as musicians, you have to go and perform and things like that. So there's more to it than that. But he was, I don't know, you never saw him out here trying to impress anybody in any sort of way. He just made music and let it happen.
He actually had an interview that I saw a long time ago. Where they asked him more specifically, why does he wear a mask? But he really spoke on what you just talked about, as far as he didn't want people to really, he wanted his music to be why people mess with him. Yeah. Whereas nowadays, you have a lot of rappers that aren't even good at rapping, but they did something that went viral, and people just started picking up on that. So, just to tie it back into what you were saying, your music can stand alone. Like, I liked your music even before I met you. Like, this is my first time really meeting you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but what I also liked about it, what also drew me into it, even if I didn't like the song, I liked the I guess, skits that you put inside of your music. Who are some of your give me two. Who are your two of your favorite stand-ups? Because I know you said you like stand-up a lot.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think the best of all time. I mean, you got to put, like, obviously, like, people from that I grew up watching now. My two favorites right now are Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, obviously. I mean, but they're, like, huge. Yeah. I mean, younger people, I really like Sam Morril. I mean, the greatest of all time are obviously like George Carlin, Richard
Oh,
Pryor.
I like George Carlin. You really are on it.
Yeah, what the fuck? I can't.
I like
remember.
Sam
Mitch
Morrell, too.
Hedberg.
Shout
He
out
was
Sam
Mitch
Morrell.
Hedberg was super. Mitch Hedberg's stand up honestly kind of represents. So he was super non sequitur. Like it was like 20-second joke, 20-second joke, 20-second joke.
You
But
put
now
me up on somebody too.
yeah.
I've never heard of him.
Mitch Hedberg. Oh, you'll focus. So I mean, normally my favorite stand ups are all people who tell stories more so.
Yeah.
But he was just super non sequitur. Like it was like an hour of just joke after joke after joke, and like it was. I think like he did a lot late '90s, early 2000s before the internet really came out, and now you see music coming out like that where it's just like quick little bit, quick little bit, quick little bit instead of so. It's kind of weird that he was doing that then, and now music is kind of like that.
Let's
where
speak to
it's
that,
like
too.
short songs, minute and a half songs. I mean, not including like people like Earl, but like also like trap artists who just make like super short, quick Adam songs. Because I mean, it's like the ADD that we have going on. So you can take what he did with his stand up and apply that now to how music is going.
Do you think that helps or does that hurt the music industry as a whole as far as like oversaturating with material? Because it's like an artist putting out one piece and then they don't let it sit and gain any type of notoriety.
I feel like it just depends on the type of artist you are. I mean, whatever works for you works for you.
Yeah.
I would say,
for instance, just to give you an example, do you think Kendrick would be who he is if he had continued to drop album after like it's been what almost 3 years, 2.5 years since we've heard from him, or do you think it would be better if he was dropping
I would say with
project after project like a
okay.
Little Uzi?
With an artist like him, I feel like it's different because he tries to do something different every single time he makes an album or a project. But someone who's like has their brand where they just kind of try to stick with it and keep it going, you might as well ride that train while you're doing it, I guess, because that's how you blew up, was from doing it like that. Like Kendrick had like a slow build
for sure.
to get to where he's at.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? So it's like their careers are very different in that sense. Now, as far as making songs shorter, it's like it just depends on the type of music you make. Some people, like I don't know, you go back and listen to a rap song from like the early 2000s, sometimes it'll be like 6 minutes.
Exactly.
Like Ludacris is spitting 5 verses on a song and a hook on each one, and you're
But
like,
I think
I don't know
the
if
attention span for that back then.
definitely, yeah. Well, that was when you had to get a CD, put it in. It's like you're gonna listen to that whole fucking song, where instead, like on your phone, you have every single song you could possibly ever want to listen to right there.
For sure. And kind of to touch back, because I was making notes while you were talking. So you said you were in a slump a little bit to where you felt like you weren't going to make music anymore?
Not to where I don't think I could ever not make music.
There you go.
I kind of wish I was the type of person who didn't have to. Like, who could just, like, I don't know, the type of person who just can live, like, I don't know, just graduate college, marry someone, sit, like, just mow your lawn, be happy,
Kind of
and
like
sit.
the blue pill?
Because
the blue pill life?
Yeah, because I don't know, it's just I feel like it's less stressful. But now the fact that like I want to make music, if I ever don't, then that's always gonna be like, well, why didn't you try to make music and do what you wanted to do with it? Where instead,
Well,
I had this conversation.
There's
with my
no age
sister a
limit.
little
There's
bit
no
ago.
age limit to getting married and doing all that.
Oh no,
stuff,
definitely not. Like I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, I don't know who didn't feel the need to want to make music. Even not like I'm happy that I do it, and I love it more than anything in the world. And I don't know. It's just I go through periods where I get in slumps because like I wish I wasn't the way I am, which that I guess has to do with that.
This is an important question, I feel like.
Yeah.
I would like to like ask a lot of artists, because speaking to a lot of artists and dealing with a lot of artists, I noticed a lot of us get in fucking slumps.
Yeah.
Like, some worse than others, but nonetheless they're like fucking slumps,
Yeah.
like you're speaking about. How would you say
Even
you
successful ones too.
Right,
You can tell.
exactly. So, I mean, shit, that could tie into like how
Yeah.
money doesn't mean shit, because you gonna have millions of dollars and you gonna get in that slump. That slump might be even a little worse.
I feel like anyone who's trying to make like an art where they're really putting their feelings and emotions into it,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking hate it at
Yeah.
some points
Yeah.
too. You're gonna love it, like it's what's gonna get you through the day, but you're gonna be like, this is fucking trash. Like,
Yeah.
let me just like lay down, like, and like, why am I doing this? What's going on?
You
And it's
damn
also
near-
you just get too much in your head, way
Yeah.
too much in your head about everything, and that's where if you try to not take yourself so seriously, it's good to have people around you who will be like, don't know, I feel like it's important who you surround yourself with, and like as an artist, you can get into a slump so easily because I mean I still have a job that I have to go work every once in a while, but like it's not like me waking up every single day having to go do something. Like I try to make some sort of routine for myself, and like wake up, work out, even if it's not like a lot, just like doing something, make some beats, get out of the house. A lot of it is fucking. We make music inside all the time.
Yeah.
And sunshine's fucking incredible for you. It makes you feel better if you just walk outside and like just go sit at a park, read a book for like an hour or something. That can completely change your day.
Give you grounded.
Yeah, and
I like that.
getting in sunshine's so true. Like every artist, I don't know if I feel like every single artist that I know like does get in slumps where you're just like,
Hell yeah.
I still make music and I still make beats the whole time I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know. I can make a song that I love more than anything in the world, and then still just like be there and like
in that
just
slump.
be sad,
Yeah. I was gonna ask you ways on how you fucking got out of that slump, but you kind of touched base on it right there.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come back around here in a couple weeks or a month or something. And something will happen. I mean, I guess it's just part of being a human. I just feel like artists are more up and down with it.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, everyone has like cycles of emotions that they go through, but I don't know. As an artist, where you're delving into your feelings and you get in tune with those feelings, like that honestly, that's why I need stand-up and comedic things, and I need to tie that into what I'm doing. Is because with music, you use it to get out your emotions, but to get out those emotions a lot of the time it takes you to really dark fucking places, like that you don't want to be at, that you wouldn't be in if you weren't making the music, because you're just like ignorance is bliss type shit, and you get too much into it, and then comedy and comedic things make you take a step back from it and laugh at yourself and be like, at the end of the day, it's not that fucking important.
And being
nothing is that fucking
like
important.
how we were talking about.
Yes.
Expressing all.
Do it, bro. And one thing that that really puts me in that space is like having, you know, close family members and a few friends just pass away. And like you said, we could die tomorrow, so why would you let fear hold you back from something you might not have another chance to do?
No, 1,000%.
And even if you're not going to be good at it, at least you can say you did it. Like, I've done stand-up before, like open mic night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, not even because I wanted to be a comedian, just because it was on my bucket list.
Just to fucking do it?
Yeah.
Fuck
and it's just like, do it.
So I don't think I'm ever gonna really like pursue stand-up comedy. That's something that like I just love being a fan of. But like I want to do comedy in like the other ways, like I was expressing earlier.
I think that'll be
and through like film
a niche
in a way
too.
Yeah.
Especially living in Atlanta, like you said, it's a big trap scene.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I like Bradley's music and just the way he carries himself as far as musically.
Yeah.
Is because he's not just a typical Atlanta trap artist.
1,000%.
And like Quantum Flourish, listening to their music.
Oh yeah.
And even your music, it's just Atlanta has so many scenes that people do not know about, or unless you're here or you visit frequently. Like most people think we're all Future and Gucci Mane, and which is fine. You know, that's probably a lot of the music that I listen to be honest with you.
Yeah, of course.
Outside of like the Kendricks and the J. Cole.
I mean, it's fantastic. It makes Atlanta one of the most fun places to be in the world.
But I feel like we have more pop and eclectic and just
definitely,
alternative,
and a bunch of rock and alternative.
Yeah.
1,000%. I go see more shows like that than hip hop shows around here. Definitely. I mean, before everything shut down, there's so much underground bands that are incredibly talented. Like blow me away every time I go see them.
For sure.
And I don't know. I think just bringing a comedic element to it will help, like trap artists or people who love trap. Like I don't know, like when you can laugh at or with someone, it like opens them up to you in a different way. Where I feel like that would help me gain more fans than taking myself seriously. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I am a white rapper, and that's kind of corny, no matter who you are.
You think so?
In a way, yeah. I mean, not that there aren't incredible ones. Like Mac Miller might have been like the coolest person in the fucking world, but at the end of the day, you are like a white person rapping. It's not.
What's wrong with that?
It's not. There's no. I don't think I do it every day, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just like. I don't know.
How it's perceived by society type shit?
Not even how it's perceived by society. At the end of the day, I mean most good music art forms are black arts.
I think if it comes off as you're trying, if it comes off as you're a white person trying to rap,
maybe.
Yeah.
But if you just have a natural,
Like want to do it. No, I feel you, and I don't.
not even a want, but just
Yeah.
the confidence in your music comes out even if you don't feel it. Even if you don't have the confidence in your music, I can tell you as a third party listener or direct consumer.
Listen. I
It's
do have confidence in my music. It's more so how to release it and how to create an art for the world instead of just music.
Right.
Like it's more so creating a whole thing that I want to do.
Trying to build a whole
exactly.
kind of like Tyler the Creator, how he has more than just music.
Definitely.
Or you just even Lil Dicky, how he just transitioned to acting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, I'm not trying to compare you to him, but just
No, that's
I know what you're saying.
I love his show. Dave is hilarious.
I kinda
He
get what you're
writes,
saying.
directs,
Yeah.
edits it, does all the music for it. One of the comedians on the show, the redheaded guy,
Yeah.
his friend on the show. I watch his podcast and he talks about how Lil Dicky literally won't let other people edit it for him and sits in a room and he does all of it himself. So that is super he more so got into music to try to open himself up to the world to do that, where music's always going to be what I love. I just want to bring other aspects of other things to it.
And then also I wanted to speak to you. You said you were you're trying to come up with ways to present your music to the world.
Yeah.
And just do different things. I truly feel like, bro, just get out there. Like even something as small as getting a generator and making beats at Piedmont Park, which is right around the corner. Just like you said, getting that, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting that sunshine.
Yeah.
It opens you up to the people that are, walking or running through Piedmont.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, man. Honestly, I have a Mac Mini, and I'm glad I got it because I was broke at the time. Because to get the same processing power and a laptop, it was going to be 10 times the price. But I can't take my computer somewhere and just chop a beat somewhere and put in headphones.
Yeah.
But I can do that once now I have the money to do that. So I'm going to get a laptop soon and just go sit in the park and at least chop the samples up, even if I don't bring the machine with me.
Yeah.
And
I think just opening yourself up to something like that would be.
Oh, definitely,
amazing.
for sure. Like I said, I'm confident in my music 100%. I love the stuff I make. That's why I make it for me. I when you ask who my target audience is, it's me. It's shit that I would like. So that's I listen to it in the car all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know every producer, rapper, artist I know, you listen to more of your own shit than anyone else's at the end of the day.
For sure.
Yeah.
And some people who just like the same type of shit that you like.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I think even people that don't like, on a personal level, that don't like the same type of shit you like,
Yeah.
like you said earlier, making music and doing art and things like that opens you up to the feelings that you kind of want to just ignore.
Definitely.
But the fact that you have to go through those feelings to make the art that you want to make, I think that comes through in the music too.
Oh,
If that makes sense. If you're feeling like you said, you were an angry white kid growing up,
Yeah.
and Eminem was
Yeah.
clearly an angry white kid himself,
Yeah.
which opened you up to him.
Definitely,
Now, Eminem might like Skittles, and you might hate Skittles, but that's on a personal level. The fact that he was going through those emotions and putting it into his music is what got you guys to connect.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah.
But that's it.
It was talking about how there's memory running out, and then I closed Google Chrome, and now it's loaded.
Can I take a piss?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can pause.
Oh, I did squats today, my legs are so
Hey,
We might should stop and then restart.
yeah, I had to do that with the camera. Because while I was sitting over here, the fucking shit stopped recording.
It'll make processing this a lot easier too. Because did you say it took 3 days to do this shit last time?
Oh, yeah.
That sucks.
This shit's fun, dude.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
start a podcast.
For real.
Let's do it.
Let's talk and interview and shit.
Damn, Bear, do you want to pull up while I'm interviewing other people?
Oh, I would love to.
When we interview them? Alright,
I would love
hell
to.
yeah. Let's do it.
See, even something like this, I was feeling super anxious about it. When y'all shut up
Yeah.
and stuff, and then once you just start doing it, you just
Hell yeah.
you're literally just talking into a
And the
microphone.
funny thing is,
It
bro,
doesn't fucking
so is
matter.
I.
Yeah.
Is we running on here? Hold up. I'm about to hit record so we can capture this.
One thing to one of the questions you asked earlier, though.
Oh no.
What happened?
How do I don't want to record over what was already there.
You might just have to fuck.
Let's set that up.
Click on a space.
Is it what?
He was recording FL.
Oh, okay.
I hit enter and the timeline went away. Save this first of all.
First.
Let us know when to roll forward.
All right, there, Captain. All right. Anyways, all right, we're good.
Okay.
Okay, so like.
Wait. Is it going? We there?
Oh,
okay,
we
cool.
are recording, sir.
Hell yay.
We're back. I had to piss.
Yes.
But yeah, I was just like anxious about this, and end of the day, I think most of my issues come from a feeling of not feeling like you're enough.
I feel that.
and not being content just like with yourself and who you are. That's why that's what the anxiety stems from. That's what the heavy drinking stems from.
Okay.
Like feeling the need to be drunk to be around people. When you really do open
Holy
up for the
shit.
most part, most
Yeah.
people are incredible, and you can sit next to them and have a good conversation like
Yeah.
this, you know? And that's really important, honestly. And instead of closing yourself off as an artist, getting in slumps, I spend hours on end by myself in a room.
Yeah.
And you get used to doing that, cutting yourself off from people.
Yeah.
But then when you start rolling with people, like this is like it. I mean, we're literally talking in a microphone, staring at a camera.
Facts.
It's the same way we have conversations like everything else, but it's like nothing that I take in my head is so serious is as serious as it is. None of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Facts.
And fuck people who, I mean, like everyone's. Oh shit.
Incoming caller.
Everyone's not gonna like your music or what you do.
Yeah.
But I feel like people will pick up on you having fun and
the
putting a good
the
energy out
genuinity.
there. Yeah.
Like being genuine.
Yeah. And just
Hell
being
yeah.
like who you are. Like I really don't ever try to be anyone I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just more so a problem with me being content with who I am around
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. One thing we spoke about the other night as well, I want to bring back up is just like people not liking something that you do. It might not even be that personal. It might be on some weird subconscious behind the scenes shit of like they really don't like something about themselves and they might just be picking that apart about you. Like it might be something in their day-to-day life that irks them and then like you just so happen to pop up.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah.
Also everyone doesn't have to like what you do.
That's a fact.
You could have I'd rather have like a small group of people who love what I do.
Yeah.
Because they're the people who are going to support you more so than like everyone kind of liking you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone like kind of likes certain musicians and artists.
Yeah.
But they might have very few people that like love them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then those weird people who hit someone in a certain spot, like in their hearts or souls or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like those are the people that stick with you forever. Like I know I can tell when a band hit you like super person. I could tell like Smashing Pumpkins when you got super into Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
It was every post for like 2
Still.
years. I mean, they're back in the day. That band does not need any help or like a fan base at all anymore. But like when something hits you, you can tell in people.
That's a fact.
And that's the shit that they're gonna be obsessed with, and they're gonna put it on to other people. They're gonna relate it to their art and things like that. And then it's a domino effect. It spreads all over.
Even then, I feel like a lot of things that were going on in my mind and what I was trying to do with my art, it's just like I always knew about the Smashing Pumpkins. I always heard songs. I always loved songs that Billy and the rest of them did. But
can I say something? I do not like him as a person.
Really?
He's got him a fucking dickhead, bro.
Why?
I'm sure he wasn't always.
What makes you say that? Then?
So insanely successful now, though. But like, he probably wasn't always. He was probably a cool guy.
Yeah.
Billy Corgan. I saw an interview with him. So like when most people are in bands, even if you write all the songs, you split some of the royalties with people.
Yeah.
He didn't split any of the royalties. So he was becoming a insane multimillionaire while his bandmates, they were in a famous band, they were making money.
Yeah.
But they weren't like, he was like,
let me defend him though. Because they did get back back together. And they did handle that situation right there. But it was more so of like it was some shit that he really actually did do all by himself. Like, let's say if it's certain songs or some shit like that, where if it was a song, I watched a lot of interviews and see how they like bring shit together. Now it's like one of them will have an idea, like the initial idea for a song, and then they might build up on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened exactly on why everyone got mad.
I feel like he straight up probably sits there. He definitely writes all the lyrics.
Yeah.
Comes up with the guitar.
Right.
Probably writes and is in charge of what everybody does.
Yeah.
Like the whole engineering. It was like I'm not liking the way those drums are sounding. Let's try or something like that. He was definitely the best of it, but most people still like give people some of this shit.
So
we don't have to delve into that.
No, I just want to say one more fucking thing. I'm gonna stick up for my boy.
Go for it.
Now knowing there's a lot of times, you know how shit gets, even, all right, we fucking had some shit where starting up accidents happen, right? And I know when we were supposed to perform at times and shit like that.
No problems with us.
Yeah, no problems. But like, let's say like when we were about to perform and like
I forgot about that, dude.
AK got too drunk and you and Hayes were like, yo, chill the fuck out. We got to kill this performance.
Yeah.
Don't get too drunk. So he was really dealing with bandmates that were like fucking ODing and like being too fucked up, and it really was all on him. So I can kind of understand where he was coming from.
Honestly, I wish we still just would have like released that shit. I feel like it's too late now.
Dude.
I'm way past like that
facts.
type of music, but like we should have at least fucking released it, even though like that was some fucking horseshit. Honestly, dude.
It really was.
I mean, me and Brad are just cool as a cucumber this whole time, but like the other two people that we had started like this like weird alternative like hip hop band with, they were, I mean, one of them, I mean, he's my best friend, like my brother to this day. Like
shout out Hayes Got Sick.
The girl was acting out of character, getting too drunk, like ruining videos where we had like multiple people we were depending on to be there, and she was, Yeah. And then like
to me, I love the bullshit. It could fuck things up for sure, but I loved the chaos of it, honestly, and I loved the chaos.
She's like a really sweet person, and also like music wasn't her passion. She had like a natural talent for it, but it definitely wasn't her passion. Like,
yeah.
Like her. Yeah, it was like I don't know. We can get past that.
One thing to hit a 180 on that.
Yeah.
You're speaking somewhat about being in a dark room, creating and shit all the time, and it makes me think of some shit Mac Miller was talking about, and I see it in myself. Like sometimes we just need to fucking like live life and not be in that dark space where we're creating so much, because we could be locked in there, and like you said, just fucking be banging shit out, and not exercise, not go to the fucking park and catch some fucking rays like you were saying and shit like that.
Not just like have a conversation with people who are like reaching out to you and things.
Oh yeah.
We're small stuff like interviews. I mean, I feel like, you know, being in that dark room, and I haven't had to do this honestly. I mean, I'm not really too much of a musician. I can play around in FL Studio, but just even something as small as like having to stay inside because of COVID.
No,
it's
definitely.
like, man, now going outside. Oh, I have to go talk to someone. I don't even want to go talk to someone right now.
There was literally like, I mean, there was a stand-up show I went to every single Monday. I looked super forward to it every week. That was let all my shit out. I mean, like, it was like my favorite part of every week. Like every single Monday, even if I like worked all week. I mean, and then like just going to see live performances, live music. Like I would go out pretty often and do that. And like, if COVID wasn't going on, I would still be out there doing that, and that helps a lot. Yeah. Now it's super easy to get too much into partying and going out too often.
For sure, especially in Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'd say when I first moved to Atlanta, I did cocaine 4 nights a week for like 6 months straight.
That sounds like Atlanta.
I made a lot of friends. It was fun. But then, like, you're sitting there at 6 a.m., like, just fucking itching, going crazy. You're like, oh, fuck. And then you end up doing more of that than making music, and you're too hungover to fucking do the things that you're around here to do. So that's important.
There's one thing I wanted to ask earlier, too, that I kind of forgot. You're speaking about how you're doing Xans frequently, and you're speaking about how you're doing fucking blow frequently. It was a new thing?
No, the Xanax was straight up just because I like think I have an anxiety problem. But doing that and then drinking on top of it's not going to fucking help my anxiety.
What I did want to ask was, do you think it affects how you create? Because, you know, some people who, let's say they're drunk while they're creating, or they smoke while they're creating, or they always sip lean while they're
some
creating.
of the best songs I've ever made definitely were drinking while doing it. 1000%.
What I'm saying is, like, they feel like when they stop using that substance, their creation won't be the same. Like, they might not make songs as good. Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that sometimes, but it's something that I've put to side and know isn't true, because I mean, like, at the end, I mean, I'm a producer mainly,
right?
Or, like, I mean, like, as well, like, to go along with rapping and other artists or artistry things, but and I do that sober nonstop, like, but like, there's a part to like more of like the writing and delving into the feelings, where like sometimes when you're drunk, it opens that up and it's easier to be more vulnerable.
Yeah.
But then, like, me, the way I record songs, like I said, I mean, I'll produce every day, and then it comes in spurts.
Okay.
Like, I'll put out, like, I made, like, 12 songs in a week right before I fell into that pit. Yeah, and they were, like, all songs that I fucking, like, loved. Like, full on, like, completed them. Like, they aren't demos anymore. Just, like, loved them, like, completely finished, like, mixed, mastered all of them.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think 2 weeks before that, I hadn't recorded anything. So like it'll be like I'll record a bunch within like a week, and then just be making beats for a couple weeks, and then record a bunch in a week again, and so it comes in waves like that for me.
Okay, cool.
And I talk to a lot of people like that where it's like when you're hitting, and then you like take a break, step back from it.
Yeah.
And it's not even an intentional take a break from, you just feel like you've gotten everything off your chest for a minute.
Right.
Yeah. And then while I'm doing that though, I'm still making beats every day.
Yeah, this makes me think of I was here on my birthday. We're making a fucking song, fire song. I was on mushrooms for sure, but you had a homie here who started recording. What's his name? He was black. He was spitting some real shit.
I thought
on my birthday
we made that.
We were
Tekken
making
song.
some shit, and then we stopped because you had someone else coming. But
was it Mark Clark?
I think it
was. Or was it Namdi? I mean, you met Namdi before.
No, it wasn't Namdi. So it was
Mark.
Mark.
It was probably Mark
Clark, I just wanted to make sure I shouted him out before I continued. But you were speaking to him, and you said you weren't making shit for a while because you felt like you didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
What I want to say, like, how you got past that? How did you get past that? Did you just randomly feel like you had things to say, or did it come from you producing and you just heard you were inspired while you're producing something?
Well, so when I said I didn't have anything to say, I was working on other type songs. So I mean, me and Hayes used to do the punk shit.
Right.
I write like acoustic songs with him too. So like it'll
shout out
just be
fuckheads.
Yeah, it'll just be more me making other different types of music and not having much to say like as a rapper.
Okay.
Not knowing where my perspective on where I want to come from as a rapper now. Like I know where that is.
Yeah.
More so than ever. Like I was being heavily influenced by like people who I love, but I'm not like the art that I make isn't. I mean, I could make art with them, but like I need to not try to sound like other people. And like Mike had one of the biggest influences on me in the world. He's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah.
And I was trying to kind of like rap like him.
Yeah.
And I sound nothing like him.
I feel that.
But I was still trying to like go like I'm really sorry, like I don't know, just like make my voice deeper and shit like that. Like that's not how I sound. I'm a funny person. I need to make don't take yourself so seriously. That should be the name of whatever this is. Don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because like that's the type of person I am. That should reflect in my music.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like just like even if I'm talking about feelings, still come from it in a way where it's not taking yourself so seriously. Like what my favorite line I've ever written now is, I used to spend my time crying, jerking to my ex's nudes. Like that's how I open up a song. That's my first line.
I want to say I lost my mind when he played me that. I was like, oh, this boy too real.
Because, I mean that's funny. I literally had
real.
nudes of an ex-girlfriend that I jerked off to like every day for a year after we broke up.
Let me join
like
in
5
with
years.
my boy
I was
too.
Like, yeah, I was like ready to marry her. So like that's like roasting myself. I spent a year still jerking off to the same girl's pictures, being sad about her. So like the line is like, I used to spend my time crying, jerking to my ex's nudes. Now I'm the bully on your playground. I fight with food. So it's more so like how you get through things. That's like me telling you in a funny way, but like literally, I used to And one day I just had to delete them all. I'd be like, this is dumb. Live your life.
Yo,
Stop
let me
stop
be,
looking at her pictures.
Let
Stop
me be
it.
a little vulnerable and
Yeah.
join in on what he's saying, because when I heard those words in the fucking song, I was like, he too real.
Everyone's done that
I've
too.
definitely
Yeah.
done that. And it's not even girls that are my ex. It's just like random girls that I have nudes from who's like, yeah, just fucking pull it up for whatever reason. And then at some point, I also reached that point where I was like, this shit's fucking retarded, and just delete all of them.
Yeah. But see, mine, I would straight up like be sad and missing her, and then I would jerk off to her.
Yeah.
It's why, hey, I don't care about. Yeah, it's rough, man. Oh, dude,
Never pictures. Yeah.
no, I had to get
Sure.
rid of him, man. I did not have the constitution to just like. I was like, this is it.
Yeah,
I have
nah,
to get
bro,
rid
you
of
can't
him.
be doing
And then
that.
like for the next couple weeks after, I tried to check the cloud, make sure if there, to see
He
if there was a
said
way
check
for me
the
to get it
cloud.
back. I was like, why did I do that?
Check
Then the
the
next time
cloud.
you're like,
Hell
there's got to be a way for me to get it back. No, and then boom, you got to move on. It's not there anymore.
That's crazy.
You force yourself into a better situation. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a part of growing. I feel like most people go through the same situations,
Yeah.
but most people don't talk to other people about the shit that they're going through.
Yeah.
So we'd never know it. Like when they say history repeats itself, it really fucking does. Like even with your
Yeah.
parents, like I see it a lot with my parents. Like shit that my dad was doing with women around this, like my age,
Yeah.
I'm doing with women now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even like. It just comes up in casual conversation, like, oh yeah, fuck that bitch, or you know what I'm saying, I was cheating on her, but I'm still mad at her for fucking catching me or some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, some dumb
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, son, I was there before, or you know, like, and we never talked about it until that point. And it's just like, wow, history really. I don't know. It could be genetics too.
Yeah.
But history
No, I
really
mean,
does fucking repeat itself.
Most people in their 20s are like that. I mean, you're trying to meet their 20s and 30s. I think some people are early 40s, 50s, man.
Right,
That's
right.
just how you live. Yeah, whenever
Right.
you grow up. But I mean, that's just how it goes. I'm not personally like that. I'm a really monogamous type person. I'm
Super
so
loyal
sensitive, bro.
and
I'm
shit,
so
yeah.
sensitive. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I need to get over it, honestly, a little bit, and just be like I don't know, like there, at the New Year's party, there was a girl there, right, who wanted to. It would have taken minimal effort to have sex with her, and I was just like, nice. I'd rather go in my room and talk with Brad.
Now
She was
that
asking me to
I
show her
get.
her toe point because she was a ballerina, and like my sister used to be a ballerina. And she kept coming up to me the whole night. She was like, "Oh no, let's go to your room and you could show her that." And I was just like, I was
I think that's a natural God thing too. Like
Yeah.
some guys are thirsty
like when I love someone though, like it's like
and just need
Yeah.
like when like me personally, when a woman comes up to me and is just like throwing herself at me, I get turned off because it's just like I'm a guy. I like to go out and hunt, if that's,
Yeah.
like for lack of a better term. But I like to go out and be the man and like try to get the one, like
Definitely.
make it feel like something. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you're just throwing it at me, it's just like, well, you probably do this every night,
yeah.
type shit. So I get where you're coming from in that regard and everything, and
She
being
was a nice
monogamous
girl,
and
though.
stuff. But what I will say, just to kind of touch on, you said sometimes it's early 40s and 50s, to tie this back into the music. You gotta go balls to the wall when you're chasing your dream, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like I know,
definitely.
like, cause I struggle with that a lot too. Just wanting to be a creative and monetize just being a creative. Not necessarily because I'm lazy and I don't want to work a 9 to 5, but it's just I work a 9 to 5 now and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting in a room every day.
No, like
having,
1000%. I'm not bad at school when I do it. Like I've always
Yeah.
been super good at school. It was just I was sitting in class feeling like I was throwing money away. Like I was literally sitting there just fucking like I was like I had no idea what career path I would want to take. I know I could pursue probably any like most things and do it. Like honestly, being an artist is probably the hardest fucking thing that I could try to do. You know, but
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
and like I could probably be good at sales. Fucking any of this
You're
shit.
you're speaking
Yeah.
about you being really good at school as
Yeah.
well. And there's a question I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you why you were so good at first period AP calculus.
Did I tell you that?
No.
Well, no. What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
I
Clearly, 'cause
don't
that's
know.
a really specific question, bro.
I don't know Nardwar shit. I don't know.
No, shut up, bro.
I swear I don't know.
there was a 6-month period. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. So I used to, don't ever do this, kids, but I used to smoke spice.
Okay.
There for like 6 months, everyone at my school, before we realized that it was like awful for you,
Yeah.
would smoke spice every single day. But even when I wasn't smoking spice, I was always in the math class a year above me, and like even as like a fucking freshman, bro, like the girls are more developed. I'm sitting there, I'm high off my fucking ass, and I would be sitting there in math class just fully erect the entire time.
Fully
erect, bro.
That's funny as fuck.
No, and honestly, I don't know how. I mean, I think
was it because of the spice?
that and a mixture of just, I mean, being in high school. Number
Okay,
one, like, so you're going through
I
your
feel
hormones.
that. I feel that. Random
I was
boners.
always in the year above me, so they were more developed.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, like, I remember being like a fucking 5 foot tall freshman walking through the halls and just like high off my ass, just.
Yeah. Bro,
Yeah,
I've
just
smoked
bouncing by you
spice.
everywhere.
I've
Like,
smoked
'cause I was
spice.
on eye level with them, you know?
I've
And-
smoked spice too before, and I felt like my brain literally disconnected when I smoked spice.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't comprehend certain shit anymore whenever I was fucking high off spice.
I don't enjoy it, but I'm okay at it. I
Yeah.
was always pretty good at it. Yeah. Like I said, it's not something I would ever want to sit down and do.
Okay. Does this
Definitely
tie
not.
in at all to why you were called Old Faithful?
Oh no, I was called Old Faithful. Okay. Okay. So I used to wrestle in high school,
Okay.
and my first time ever cutting weight. This is one of the things I tried writing a stand-up bit about. So I have like a couple of different solid jokes that if I worked on them, I would love to go to some open mics. Maybe you would go with me one time.
Fire.
And whenever things
Hell
open back
yeah.
up, and just fuck around with it. Yeah, just fuck around with it.
Dope.
But so yeah, I was on the wrestling team, and I had to cut like 25 pounds
Jeez.
the first time. And whenever you weigh in, you're only supposed to, because I haven't eaten in like 2-3 days. They tell you eat like a small amount of food, like
Right,
eat
for
a
some
banana,
energy type
or
shit?
like or like half a sandwich because your stomach's all fucked up,
Okay.
and like drink 1 bottle of water to get
Okay.
yourself back to normal.
Yeah.
And I drank 3 bottles of water and ate 3 peanut butter sandwiches.
Jeez.
And then had to wrestle like 15 minutes later after like not drinking water for like a full day
Right.
and not eating for like 2 or 3 days before that. And yeah, so I was not feeling good. And I went up to wrestle this guy who he was like 5'2". So because I was like skinny as a stick. I started cutting weight the second I hit my growth spurt.
Okay.
So I literally looked like
It's
Schmeagle,
getting
bro.
stretched
Straight
out.
up, bro. I was like, my whole body was the size of my wrist for like when I wrestled.
Yeah.
But this kid was like 5'2", fucking yoked. He was warming up in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
I was like, this.
He,
it
he
was
on
like,
some other shit.
it was my first varsity match ever, man. I was so nervous already too. I was like, this is it, bro. I piss when I get nervous. I went to piss 4 times before it. I was like, oh, this is the worst. And within fucking 15 seconds, this man has me on my back. I'm getting pinned, and like my earpiece goes like, he was fucking me up. He had me in a hold where my earpiece was over my face. And my stomach just fucking, I projectile vomited up. And so from like the side and the people watching, it looked like a geyser shooting up.
Yeah.
Because like the earpiece, like and it wasn't like a throw up where you go, it's straight up.
Yeah,
went up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they called me Old Faithful the whole first wrestling season.
God damn.
Never got over it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I cried after. It was bad.
That's
here's the worst part. So, no.
Hell no.
No, he whooped my ass, bro.
Yeah.
I was never very good at wrestling. I'm glad I did it.
Okay.
But I didn't take it seriously. I was like doing drugs the whole time I was doing
I
it
feel
and
that.
stuff like that. But I'm glad I did it because it was like, I mean, it's a good thing to know if like you're in a fight now and things like that. But
Right.
fuck, what was I about to say? Okay, so yeah, I vomit. And he fucking, so it was before he's pinned me. Like,
Yeah.
and they've slapped the mat, so the arena, the match is over. So he jumps up and goes, what the fuck? And they have to come in, clean up the mat, wipe the vomit off me while I'm standing there, wipe the vomit off him, and then we have to continue the match.
God.
Because
Yeah,
he didn't pin me,
that's
man.
true.
No, this man fucking hated me. He's staring at me with daggers. It's his first fucking match of like you do like 5 in a day at a tournament. He's got to wrestle the rest of the day after being thrown up on. Yeah. And so they make me go back there and finish the match with him. I mean, even if I could have wrestled with him,
Yeah.
after vomiting on someone, you don't have the confidence to win a match after that. And so,
Yeah.
again, right 15 seconds on my back, pinned me. So he basically
Yeah.
beat me twice. I threw up in front of the whole team, everyone in the
Fuck.
fucking auditorium.
That's
It's a
fuck.
tournament, so there's like 12, 15 teams
he
there.
was asking, do you remember which
Everyone
school
looking at
it
me.
was that guy was a part of?
Oh, it was some like He was a corn-fed man. So
Okay,
probably
okay.
he was from the farmlands.
Some country ass shit. Yeah.
Where'd you go again?
I went to Etowah.
Etowah. We used to. I think we had a thing at Etowah one time.
You went to Harrison or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
definitely went against Etowah.
But yeah, that was a rough time for me right there.
Hell yeah.
Old Faithful.
That's a dope story there for
Yeah.
sure.
You could probably do a 5-minute bit on that.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Oh yeah. Okay, you want to? Actually, no. I don't know if I should tell this other joke on here.
Do you want to?
Do
it.
I don't know if I should.
Okay.
No, because it's talking about a gang.
Okay.
So, and this is a music thing, so I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a
if
question.
if I ever do stand up, like it's clear that I'm doing stand up, but this isn't. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, bet. I got a question locked and loaded anyways. So you're speaking about like every Monday you would go to this place where they would do the stand up and shit. And that was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So do you have any outlets other than music right now that you're into?
I mean, I love listening to podcasts and shit like that when I'm like cooking. Because
Okay.
cooking is my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love cooking.
Hell yeah.
Like I cook. I mean, breakfast is always simple, just like eggs and something simple. But like dinners, I try to cook pretty healthy most of the time, but it's still my favorite part of the day.
Hell
and whenever
yeah,
I
okay.
do fuck around and make like a nice steak or like a nice like pasta dish, like I love it. Like that is. I don't know. It's never something I would want to do as like a career, like chefing or anything like that. But it's like it's something where you zone out, and like I feel like it's like woodworking for some people. I mean, other people love cooking as well. You know,
Hell yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
though. That's basically probably it. And like but when I do it, I'll turn on like a comedy podcast and be listening to people just talk shit and roast each other, and that gets you. So I go out of that dungeon room, and you get to smile a little bit, have some fun.
What's your favorite podcast right now?
Probably.
And I'll give you 3 of mine.
Whiskey Ginger with the redheaded guy from Dave.
Okay, I'll look into that. Whiskey Ginger.
Whiskey Ginger. They're all comedians podcasts. This past weekend with Theo Vaughn. And King and the Sting, which is also Theo Vaughn, but it's him and this guy Brendan Schwab. All the podcasts I listen to are strictly like comedic though.
All right, so
nothing else.
I'll give you 3 of mine. So
Did someone knock on the door?
Yeah, somebody did knock on the door.
I heard a knock. I didn't know where it was from.
Somebody did knock.
Oh, okay, cool.
85 South show, which isn't comedic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
85 South show.
85 South show. Those are 3 black comedians. It's
He knows, like, do you see Young Fly?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, comedians.
And,
Yeah.
Carlos Miller and Chico Bean.
Okay.
So shout out to them. 85 South. Shout out to you guys. Joe Budden.
Yeah.
The Joe Budden.
Okay,
podcast.
so I never like listen to his entire things, but I always listen to the clips that.
Oh yeah.
He posts.
I don't miss an episode.
Yeah.
And then I really really like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that's probably.
Not only
one of
because
my-
it's funny, but because
Yeah.
he has a lot of educational stuff on there too.
Definitely. Now his things, I don't listen to every fucking hour around here, man. It sucks. Every fucking hour.
It's Atlanta, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, one the thing they're so long that now when he has comedians on, I always listen to him, and it's only if the guest he has on sounds interesting to me that I'll listen to.
Now,
like
with
if
Joe
it's-
Rogan, I've never listened to a full. Well, actually, that's not true. I've listened to a few full, but I usually I follow Joe Rogan clips.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and they'll
You
give
watch
you
all
like
those.
snips.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
No, yeah, his shit's super interesting. Now, his is so different though. But like in those 3 hours, I feel like they hit this weird groove where it's perfect for like if you're doing a long drive or something like that.
For sure.
And talking for that long, I feel like is kind of important when you're meeting like a complete stranger or something, because by the end of it, y'all have a real rhythm going and you know more about each other.
For sure, because I feel like we've been doing this for about 2 hours now.
Have we really? I mean,
Close to
do
it.
y'all just want to like edit it and piece the best parts together?
Our first one took about 2 hours, and we got 45 minutes out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty standard.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, bro. Oh, I wanted to touch base on cooking too, because I don't use cooking as like to zone out, but I just like to cook because I'm a fatty.
Yeah.
But I do know a lot of people. I
do it because I like the food. Too.
Yeah, but I have a few friends that cook just because, they deal with their own things and they feel like cooking is a good way to zone out and get away from things.
It really is, man. It's
what got you into that, or is it just kind of you were just cooking one day and was like, you know what, I really like this. And then
drinking.
also I'm gonna follow that up with something.
Drinking, honestly.
You gotta be hungry, yeah.
No.
When you drink, you get hungry.
So whenever I got out of that relationship with the girl with the nudes we were talking about, I would cook shit, but like I wouldn't really enjoy it. I'd be like, I have to cook shit. I would make a bunch and then make some leftovers or things like that. And I started drinking wine, and I would be like, I don't know, something in my head. I go, all right, I'm gonna drink some wine and cook every night. And it was also quitting nicotine. The first time I quit nicotine, I would like drink a little bit of wine every night instead of using nicotine or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I would be like, I got super hungry because I was quitting nicotine, and that makes you get like hungry all the fucking time. So I would just cook dinner every night instead of that for like my end of the night. And then it hit a point where I just like started loving it, started trying new things. I don't know, it's just so fucking fun. And even if you're making like healthy, simple shit, I feel like an important thing about every day is just like accomplishing things. And that's like another thing where like you feel better about doing that than going out to pick something up. Or like that's another thing I accomplished. I did that right there. Like made my bed when I woke up, worked out, made beats, cooked that. More things that you accomplished in the day.
Yeah, I will, to speak to that. That's one of my favorite things when I do like get in the groove of cooking. It's aside from like making music, you kind of sometimes you do, but sometimes you finish a beat the same time you sit down and make it, so you get that instant gratification of you made something. Yeah. But with a meal, you're 100% always gonna get that instant gratification
1000%,
of I made this, I enjoyed this.
Fuck yeah.
So for sure with that, and then I wanted to follow that up with what's your favorite type of food? You pulled up, man. I want to pull up, man.
Fucking steak, man.
Oh no, I'm trying to pull up, man. Or some 1800.
So like, if I had a dime meal, it'd be a fucking steak and scallops.
Scallops, okay.
But my favorite thing that I don't cook ever, like if I cheesesteaks, Philly cheesesteaks, man. That's like my favorite fucking thing in the world. I love it. Love it. My favorite thing to cook, for the most part, like I said, I mean, I try to take somewhat good care of myself. So like, with the working out and the eating, like I don't eat like crazy healthy, but like I'll eat like vegetables and salmon, like chicken, vegetables. Like I try not to eat too much rice or pasta, but when I do make pasta, it's always really fucking good. Like I make a great eggplant or chicken parm.
That's my weakness right there.
I made lobster carbonara before. Like I love pasta, making it too, but I love it too much, man. If I start, I love it too much.
Once you love something, you do it a lot. So.
Exactly, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So exactly, so my older sister came to town 2 weeks ago, and I was cooking, eating healthy, working out every single day for like months up into this. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now. She comes in town, so I was staying at my mom's a little bit with her, and just getting out of my like routine. Like after I didn't work out one day, I didn't work out again until today, where I just like came back there and started getting myself in a habit. And that's when I started taking some Xanax with her, like every night, because she would be like, you seem like anxious. Like, I have this because she takes it, like she's prescribed it, she needs it. And I started doing that, boom, I did that every day for like 2 weeks.
I will say with the workout thing, man, it's hard for me to get into a groove. Like I'll be like, man, I gotta really get my grown man body on, you know what I'm saying? But I'll do it for like 3 days, and then I'll be like, I don't feel like doing it. And then it'll be a week before I start working out again.
I mainly do it to help with the mental shit. Yeah, like on the days where I work out, I'm much happier. I get more done the whole day. I just feel better.
Yeah.
And when I don't work out, it's like I said, just like accomplishing something, like doing something that day. Like if it's the first thing, I will never do it if it's not the first thing I do when I wake up in the day. It has to be like right when I wake up, make my bed, immediately start working out.
For sure.
If I wait 30 minutes, I'm like, nah, I'm in other shit. I'm past it. I'm not gonna do it. And I'm clearly not like great at it because I'm not fucking like huge or anything.
Well, it's just about consistency. Bro.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Ask him the Barry's Dead question. Name.
Oh. Where'd you get the name Barry's Dead?
Okay, so my dad died when I was 1, and his name was Barry. I'm named after him.
Damn.
And then It's kind of like a joke in itself, honestly.
It's not picking up.
Hey, this water isn't very also.
No.
It's picking up.
Yeah, sometimes when you're saying something, it wasn't polite enough. So I just wanted to check it.
Well, yeah, Barry's dead comes from my dad dying when I was 1, basically, and then my cousin, who was also named Barry. So, like, Barry's my middle name, it was his middle name, it was also my cousin John's middle name.
Okay.
When I was at my cousin John's funeral, when he died like a year or 2 ago, that's where I came up with Barry's dead. Because, I mean, my whole life I hated that second after when, like I don't know, someone asked you a question about your dad, and you're like, oh, well, my dad's dead. That weirdness, that comes after, I fucking hate that. Like, I deal with all that on my own. Like, that's nothing that anyone ever has to feel. I mean, it's a weird thing to answer. I understand. If someone says something like that, you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I've always hated that moment after it. So, it's kind of like a fucking twisted little joke. Like, boom, it's literally my artist name is Barry's dead. Now, I also go by Barry around the city now. Because, like, my whole life growing up, my first name's Colton. I went by that. But whenever I did the music name, it's just easier that way.
Barry.
Boom. But,
okay, Charlamagne, so don't be fucking an asshole. Because you're not Charlamagne.
Oh, yeah.
Just speaking in future tense.
Fuck everybody.
Fuck everybody.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get the fuck every? Where'd you get that? Why? Or why? I guess.
Oh,
Where'd you get that?
Fuck
well, I
that
actually
shit.
went to the tattoo place to get an ass tattoo, to get my first tattoo. And I walked in, and it was this like...
Let's clarify that. Were you getting a tattoo on your ass, or were you getting that?
I was getting a tattoo on my ass.
Okay.
Yeah. I walked in with that intent. And I mean, I was drunk for sure. Like, I don't regret it at all. It's like my favorite tattoo. But,
It's just smooth as fuck, bro.
yeah, it's as fuck, yeah.
Don't even need juice now.
But yeah, we walked in, and the only person in the tattoo shop was this like hard-looking, like 300-pound guy.
Okay.
And I was not about to ask him to tattoo my ass.
Yeah.
So I go,
For sure, no.
I'm not gonna do this. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. Nope. I changed my mind. And then, but I still wanted to get a tattoo. And like, I was with Hayes, my homie, and he was like, well, fuck, what are you gonna get? And I was like, I don't know. Give me a pen. And that was the first thing I did, and I just did fuck right there. And then I was like, just trace it. And he was like, you sure? I was like, yeah. He was like, are you sure? Because I was definitely drunk. But I was like, yeah. I remember it. And yeah, I like it. And then all 3 of these other ones, my friend Sam just did. He just came over with his tattoo on that. No future.
No future.
Oh,
shout out
is
No
Is
Future.
that the OVO album, the dog?
No, this is a naked alien lady.
Naked
Yeah, so
is it an original drawing?
His original design came from like a cigarette, and that's the smoke that billows up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But I just wanted the alien lady
Okay. Yeah. Hey, shout out No Future.
with the titties.
No Future, he's the artist.
Oh yeah,
No Future.
He's
is
awesome.
I
artist.
have to fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
he was like, I honestly owe almost everyone I know in the city to him and Rachi. Like they introduced me to people who introduced me to people.
Yeah.
It was all Sam and Rachi.
That's all right.
Like without them, and honestly, I mean,
Shout out Rip Rachi.
yeah, I mean, Hayes is better at it than me. Like he loves going out and like meeting people. I don't really.
Yeah.
More so like the artist shit, like getting in your like zone with that shit. Like I'd rather
I
stay
can
home and
say-
make music than go
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
So it's good having people around you that are like, no, come on, come out here and meet some people, you know, and
Yeah,
do things
Mary.
like that.
I would say Barry does that with me as well, because like whenever we're around just hella other artist people, and I'll talk to people, but sometimes I don't care to go out of my way to like speak to certain people. But Barry will be like, nah, this the homie, blah blah blah, and he'll link us up like that for sure. So you're one of those type of people for me for sure.
Yeah, it's good surrounding yourself with people that break you out of your
Comfort
routine and comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, not saying that like going out and like partying like every night is something that I want to do, but like I don't know, like once or twice a week, like going out, even if it's not like partying, just like being like introducing you to new people.
Yeah. Socialize.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, like the second shit opens back up, I'm gonna be back going to my comedy, everything, going to the back the same shows, like, because even if I'm not there to like meet people, I love just watching people perform in any sort of way.
Where were you going for comedy? Cat's Cafe?
No, I was going to Star Bar.
Star Bar?
Yeah, so this is like right by Little Fox, like a mile up the road, and Star Bar's right there. Every Monday night, they
Can you
free.
see if it's still recording at the bottom?
Yeah, so they do a free show every
Oh, it'd be
night.
a red light, right?
And then like I would go to the Laughing Skull every couple weeks whenever people would come in town. But no, I've never been to Cat's Cafe. Where is that?
Cat's Cafe is
Is it in the city?
yeah, it's right by Piedmont, you know where 10th Street is?
Not really, but I'll check it out.
All
Right
right.
around the corner from Piedmont.
No offense. No offense.
No offense.
It's where like
It's
all
where-
the gay people are.
All the gay people.
Okay, yeah.
10th Street.
Perfect.
Dang, what's another restaurant over there?
I don't even
Fucking
know.
Flying Biscuit is over there.
Okay, I know exactly
Okay,
what you're talking
so Cat's Cafe is off in the cut, bro.
about. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's K-A-T.
I have been to some of the. So when I said the two people who introduced me to
Legends
everyone
go
in the
to
city,
Legends.
oh hell yeah, I'll have to check it out. One of them is Rachi, who's a gay rapper around the city. I mean, he's so fucking, his music's
Like,
fucking
He
incredible.
said, yeah, you've met
Yeah.
Rachi. He said he a gay trap artist, but I feel
Yeah.
like he breaks the boundaries of not just being a trap. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
same. But no, I mean, so just hanging out with him, he's taken me to some of the most fun places I've ever been. Like the
Right.
like gay events and things like that. Like
Yeah.
the ballroom scene
Yeah.
where that he'll take me to and things like that. It's so much fucking fun. I miss
Very
going out and
eccentric.
dancing and like
Yeah.
just like sweating, getting your dance on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I need to hit Rachi up. I haven't seen it for a while.
It's not
Right.
it's not a too cool type scene like the rest of Atlanta where
No, it's obviously it's the
We
most
about
well.
to fuck around
Everywhere
and
else in
interview
the
Rachi.
city is somewhat honestly like closed off. I want to be there when you interview Rachi.
Bet, let's do it.
Me and Hayes had an idea. Like we were talking about starting a podcast forever ago, and I go, all you gotta do is just interview people like Rachi, and then like
That's
like
the fact.
That's how
because
we've been
Rachi
doing
has
it.
got the craziest stories.
No,
man.
yeah, it's
the
like you were the one who
stories.
introduced me to Rachi,
Yeah.
and he was rambling about stories, and that was the thing I was saying to him when I first met him. I was like, bro, you just need to go do an interview somewhere,
He's
and that shit is going to blow
one
you
of the
up.
most interesting people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Hell yeah.
But what was I saying right before that? Because you're saying you're about to interview Rachi. Oh, so yeah, so much of Atlanta is like I don't know, people trying to be too cool.
Yeah.
That's literally what Atlanta is.
And that's what I'm saying. So like
Everybody rich, everybody famous.
the ballroom, like
If
the
I'm not
ballroom
famous, I
scene.
know too many famous people to even talk to you regular, right? That's type shit.
I mean, like the type of people I know, and I kind of guess the scene that I'm kind of in. They're not trying to be too cool. Well, I mean, it took me a while to get into it. And honestly, I wouldn't really be close with any of them if it wasn't for Hayes,
Right.
because he like opened me up to all of them. Because
Yeah,
he got cool with them, and then they became cool with me through him. And they're all awesome. But like, yeah, when I would see them at events, they do seem kind of. Most people in the city seem standoffish when you see them. But
Very
you
much
go
so.
to an event that Rachi would take me to, like one of those bar events or something. Everyone just comes up to you. They're so fucking nice, ready to meet you, like have a good time with you, like break you out of your comfort zone. They're just like
That's cool.
if you're looking like sad or like fucking like uncomfortable, they'll come up like, what's going on with you?
Yes.
Come
Start
out
up a
here and dance.
conversation.
Yeah, get over
That's
yourself. Yeah,
Hell
Get
yeah.
over yourself.
get over yourself.
I think a lot of that though, that standoffishness that you see in events comes from, me and my homies were talking about this, but it just comes from like people in Atlanta really only fuck with you for what you can do for them type stuff. Like they want the relationships, but they only really want the relationships if you know somebody that they need to know. Instead of like, it sounds like in the scene that you said you're on, they're just out there to genuinely connect with other people. Since we are social by nature, they're really just more so there to connect with you rather. They don't care who you are, where you come from, whatever. But like when you go to like the golden rooms of the world, like the bigger clubs and stuff where the rappers and stuff are gonna be at, it's like, well, do you know any of the rappers here? No, you're just here. So okay, so why do I need to talk to you? Type stuff. So that's why they always seem so just like.
Yeah. And that's not my scene at all. Like I've been to like a couple.
And it shouldn't be the scene in
rap
Atlanta.
rap clubs in Atlanta.
Music scene.
I've been to a couple like rap clubs in Atlanta, but
Yeah.
it was just like with other people and shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like there's like a weird art music scene that a lot of the friends that I have are in, and it's supportive. Like everyone's like it's more so just friends. Like that's not where my shit's even probably gonna hit at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's just like a friendship thing I have where like if I'm like doing like performance events for myself, I don't think that's where my shit would fit in. Nor like the fucking rap clubs stuff like Atlanta and things like that too.
Exactly,
So I'm more focused on trying to create my own thing.
Yeah.
Like when everything opens up again, like get more into like throwing my own shows and events, even if there's like fucking 15 people there, be more focused about creating something for that. And now a big thing that I want to get into, there's this thing called Sidechain Society, where they had an event once a week at Monday Night Garage, the brewery, which was like fucking just beat makers. So that's something that I'm going to try to break into, like whenever things open back up again.
Yeah.
I was literally about to go there for the first time, right when at the place got fucking shut down. Yeah. And that was like a weekly event thing too, where
That'll come back. If it doesn't, you can start it back.
exactly. So like I like that's a scene that I want to break into, and then like meet people through that, because that's my shit. Fucking like SP404 motherfuckers,
grimy
like beat
producer
makers.
shit.
Yeah. It's literally just like a beat maker thing. An event they'll have different sets. Fucking, I'm not into anime, but like anime playing all over the walls and shit like that. You know what I mean? And so it's just like a weird thing. And so that's where I need to like be more focused on breaking into, instead of all these like cool people that I hang out with.
Yeah.
But in a sense, I feel like they're too worried about being cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like what makes most people that I like cool is the fact that they're not trying to be cool.
And they're just themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so like this is all recent things that I've come to like really to terms with. Because like I would go to parties and events and like be worried about like, what people are thinking of me, like how do I look and things like that. And now I'm not focused on that at all anymore. More so just I'm focused on, I mean a part of it is
sure,
like
it's
like
constant battle with everybody for sure. Like
you're trying to
constantly check yourself as well, like
definitely
to actually being yourself. Like, is this true to me? Type shit.
Definitely,
even if it's just behind closed doors, like you're at a party and you're not thinking about it, which you might think of that shit like when you're back in your room by yourself type shit, and you're just overanalyzing everything. For
definitely.
Sure. Hell yeah.
That's some shroom
Yeah.
shit.
Some shroom shit.
That's how
Some shroom shit.
When I watch shrooms, I'm just like, man, I did not have to do that girl like that in the second grade. Why the fuck?
That's what it's doing. I hope they can hear you on the mic with this.
Shrooms, give it to him. I'm saying it again. What do you like when you're on shrooms?
No, I wasn't saying that that's what I like, but it's like shrooms really open you up to like empathy.
Yeah.
In the times that I've done it, and it's just like, damn, bro, like I did not have to like act like that in the second grade. Why the fuck did I do that in the second grade? I was an asshole.
Why did I do that girl like that?
Yeah, why did I do that girl like that in the second grade? But I did not have to put.
Why did I kiss her and leave?
Putty in her hair or something. No, I feel like shrooms.
That's what weed does to me, man. Like weed, weed makes me get so fucking
into your feelings.
Oh my god, bro! Like me hanging out with a girl one-on-one if we're high is basically impossible, dude. I'll be like, look at her, she look at me like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, she doesn't want to be here. Something's going on. What the fuck? Am I breathing too loud?
Paranoia shit from
just tweaking out, man. And then like once I do enjoy smoking weed, but it's more so like end of the day when I'm like watching TV, about to go to sleep, like watching a good movie or something like that. No, I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at it. Like I can do mushrooms in public better than I can smoke weed in public.
Damn it, I feel that.
When I do mushrooms,
I don't know which one's better for me, but